Hello there and welcome to the Bit of Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United and Leeds fans. I didn't do a reaction to the Liverpool game, which we got absolutely hammered in. I didn't do a preview for this Fulham game, but I'm looking at it and it's a 2-1 defeat, which happened on Saturday. The early kickoff, 12:30 on BT Sport. Leeds United went down, of course they did, to London and went down in the scoreline. Of course they did. 2-1 it ended to Fulham at Craven Cottage. Our third defeat in a row. At least it wasn't 5-6 or 7. It was a respectable scoreline at least, but that doesn't matter. The 3 o'clock kickoffs, I'd say largely mixed bag, but largely gone against us, really. Leicester have won. We've got a huge game against them on Tuesday evening. Every one is the big game now. The next one is the biggest game of the season, but this is a massive game. Um, Leicester now get out the relegation zone, replace Everton in 18th position. We are just a point ahead of them now, and it's looking perilous now. And we'll look at this game, and I must admit, I'm finding it hard to keep going and keep, so you know, keep kind of believing that we're going to get out of this. For me, we've gone. And it's not that there's games. Obviously, there's games to survive, and there's games to turn it around. We're not even in the relegation zone, but you know, it just doesn't look good, does it? It doesn't look good. The players look on the floor. The the manager looks like he ain't got a clue, and and it just doesn't make for any good readings. I mean, he changed 3 players. He could have changed 11 for me in that hammering of Liverpool, that hammering from Liverpool at Ellen Road on Monday evening. He changed 3, and for me, there was just nothing. There was nothing in that game which you'd sort of sit back and say, "Hey, maybe we're going to be okay." You know, if we'd have lost 2-1 and would have gone at them, would have maybe been unlucky, created chances, and gone after Fulham, I'd have thought, all right, frustrated we lose, we never want to lose, but at least we show some fight, some desire, some bottle to actually get somewhere. You know, you'd have thought, actually, hang on, we've got Leicester, we've got Bournemouth coming up back to back. Maybe we can, maybe we can get out of this. From that performance today, Leeds United are going down. They're going down, and it might even be a relief, because I can't take too much more of this gutless football from these players who 90% of this squad do not give a toss about Leeds United, I'm sorry to say, but they don't. And you look at that performance today. Now, I'm not going to run through it like chronologically because, there was nothing from Leeds United. There was not much from Fulham, but they're a decent side nowadays, Fulham, and particularly at Craven Cottage. Back-to-back wins for them now, coming out after 5 straight defeats. They're playing for nothing, really, sort of in the middle of the table. What we'd give to be in their position now. Scrapping like we were last season, even worse off, I think, than we're at this point now last season, and it's just not good enough. And I'll pick out a few players here that I am absolutely seething with, that I don't think deserve to wear the Leeds United shirt again, and I know they will, but I think really there's 2 that I can pick out from that. I think everybody knows what one of them is, really. How can you not? And that is the goalkeeper, who has been, for me, for a long time. How he has played every single game we've had since we got back in the Premier League is absolutely beyond me. He's conceded, I don't know what the figure is. I know it's now, 62 this season. I can't remember how many it was last season, but he's conceded over 100 goals in the Premier League now. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. And those two goals, his head's absolutely gone. Whether his head's been turned by somebody, but please, somebody just take him off Leeds United books. Take him off our hands. I don't want to see him play in a Leeds United shirt again, to be honest with you, because his head's gone, his confidence has gone, and he's a danger to our survival now. We don't need him in the team. Put Joel Robles in because he is a steady pair of hands. He's experienced. He's a lot better than in my book anyway. He's a lot better. I've said it before. Maybe not on my own channel, but I have said it before. I think Robles is better. Melier is just rubbish. He's rubbish. Look at those two goals today. He's flapped at that first one. Should have just hold it. Just hold it. Pluck it out the air. Hold it to your chest. He doesn't get that goal. I don't like Harry Wilson, but it was a good finish. Um, yeah, and then the second one's just unforgivable. Just come and get it. Come and get it. You've palmed it out. I don't even know what's happened. You've even given up the ghost even before Pereira's put it in the net. He has made a save late on, but who cares about that? He needs to go and he needs to be out the team. And Javi Gracia, for me as well, is culpable. And, probably as well, most of this was on him. I was saying, as I was watching it, I was saying, at 0-0, 50 odd minutes in, just before they scored, change it. Be positive. Look at the bench you've got there and the players you have. Sinistera, Nonto, even Rutter, maybe. Bamford, the attacking options were bountiful. We had options. And he didn't do anything. We were doing a zero. We had zero attacking threat. There's a couple of other players I want to pinpoint that had atrocious games. I think they all did really, but there are probably 3 or 4 that in particular really disgusted me. And I'm on the verge of saying just don't bother. Don't put the shirt on again because we don't need you. We need players with guts, with bottle, with fight for the situation that Leeds United found themselves in because of their own doing, obviously. The players that we have at our disposal are good. But the attitude, for some reason, the confidence is way, way off. Whether it's individual performances, not playing as a team, I don't know what it is. But there's clearly something very, very wrong in that dressing room there. It's just not good enough. We've covered the goalkeeper. He's terrible. Don't wear the Leeds United shirt. Don't bother. Don't bother coming on Tuesday. Don't bother coming for the rest of the season, man, because you're not needed if you're going to play like that. You're not needed. Another one is Weston McKennie. What on earth does he offer? He's not even here on a permanent basis. If we stay up, then we have to sign him. So get us down to the Championship. We don't have to see him again in a Leeds United shirt. I don't want to see him again in a Leeds shirt again. From the remainder 6 games or whatever it is, I don't want to see him. Even if we stay up, he's a massive waste of money, offers absolutely nothing. Gave the ball away countless times today, didn't look bothered, didn't look interested. Really, really, really poor. Another one, Mark Rocker, beside him in the midfield, might as well have not been there. Really poor. We're really missing Tyler, and I don't think we'll ever see him. I think that's the last we'll have seen of him in a Leeds United shirt. That game against, was it Brighton, where he got injured? I think that's probably the last time we'll see him in a Leeds United shirt. But we badly miss him, because after that we've got nothing. Forshaw coming on, not good enough. Not for his. He's just not good enough. Not for the want of trying, but he's just not good enough. Another one that I'd like to point out is Rasmus Christensen, who just is a bit of a myth. I don't, to be honest. I mean, Willian is a great player, and as people say, he cooked him. He had him on toast today. I don't know if Bill Ayling would have fared any better. He probably wouldn't have done. But Christensen, poor. Far too many loose balls. I mean, the whole team were, to be fair. Loose balls all over the shop. Willian, like I said, absolutely cooked him today. For the first goal, he did down that left hand side. Well, our right hand side. Well, both the goals came from that side, didn't they? Not good enough. Um, I think Brendan Aronson, I think Augusta Wind would knock him down. Honestly, just get in the gym, lad. You're a professional footballer. The gym is there for you to use on a daily basis, I'm sure. Get in there and do some beefing up. Because again, I'm not on the verge of saying to you, don't come back. Don't bother. Because I don't want to see, if he has another bad performance, I'm sorry. Get on your bike and go. We don't need players like this. We need players with fight. Fair play to Liam Cooper. I don't usually say that, but he had a good, not a good game, but he had an okay game. I'm going to put some player ratings on the Instagram account, I think. I haven't done that for some time, but I feel like it's needed, maybe, and I just want to give a few, maybe a sort of a, I don't know. I'm not happy with, obviously, nobody's happy. Nobody's happy of a Leeds United persuasion. How can you be? It's the manner of the defeats. All right, you can lose three in a row. Um, in a Premier League season. Of course you can when it's the standard is so high. Fulham nowadays, like I said, this season they're a good side. We've lost three times to them this season. They're a good team. Um, but the manner of the defeats we laid down there, they were there for the taking. The first half, we created nothing. I thought the only bright spark, if there was any, was Somerville, he had one or two incidents in the first half where he got by his man and he tried something, but other than that, it was so poor. Harrison might as well have not turned up. Um, the whole team just shocking. Rodrigo, he can't play as a lone striker. Why does he keep persisting with it? And that's another thing that I want to come on to. The manager. Goodbye. I don't want to see you. I would actually. Now I know people say, "What? You're going to sack him?" I'd sack him. Look, he's not going to be here next season. And I'd put Scoobs in me. I'd say to Gracia, thanks very much. You're on a rolling contract. Bye. You haven't done a good enough job. Put Scabala in. We're going to go down anyway, I believe. I know it's still technically in our hands, but the players look so shot of any confidence. And Gracia is clearly not the man to put that into them. He's just not. You can see it. The tactics are all wrong. Like I said, change it, change it. Today, we're at 0-0. All right, the first half was okay. Defensively, we look better. We can't look any worse than we did on Monday evening, but and the previous Sunday against Palace. But that's not good enough. We need wins. Change it. Be positive. Like I've said, look at those attacking options that you had at your disposal on the bench there. Change it about. Look at a different way of unlocking the Fulham defence because they were on cigars on all afternoon, really. It was an easy game for them. And it's just so frustrating, and I'm losing the belief. I've lost the belief. I think I think we're gone. I think we're done. Anybody in the comments try and persuade me that otherwise. But the game against Leicester, if we lose against Leicester, or when we lose against Leicester, should I say, that's it. That's it, folks. That's all, folks. I think we're gone. And the sooner we probably get down and believe that we've gone and sort of just accept it, the better really. Maybe it just needs gutting. It needs gutting of the gutless frauds in Leeds United shirts. Half of that team need to be gone. I don't. There's no positives from today. I don't even care about that Polina own goal that got us back into it. Who cares? You had time on the side there. They even gave 8 minutes stoppage time. There was more than enough time for Leeds United to get an equaliser. Showed absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing today. and in those final sort of 18 minutes, there was no urgency, passing the ball about, get it up the pitch. The ball wasn't sticking with Rodrigo. Maybe your argument for Patrick Bamford, but change it. Have something else other than this formation, which is clearly not working. Gracia, for me, I wouldn't care if he went this evening or tomorrow or whatever. I know he won't. I know they'll stick with him till the end of the season, but he is definitely not getting the job at the end of the season, and that is one good thing, I suppose. But yeah, just accept it. We're down in the championship. I believe we are. Yeah. But you let me know what your thoughts are if you're unlucky enough to go today to Fulham. Um, how was it? Well, we know it was just terrible. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Let's hope somehow for a miracle we win on Tuesday. But Leicester have got a first win in 10 or 11 games. They are going to be up for it, aren't they? On Tuesday. Ellen Rowe's going to be toxic, I think. Thanks very much for watching. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.